another toolkit. Where do they list how much money they have? Not privacy policy. Oh, you can shop though. What can you buy? Join what matters 2020. Join the movement. So y'all can sell t-shirts and masks for $15. Where does this money go to? That's what I want to know. I want to know, where is this $60 hoodie? Where's this money going to? Ooh, can somebody talk to me? Where is it at? Wow. And then on the page, let's go back to the home page. They got, I'm trying, this is the merchandise. Featured artists. Ooh. How do I get back to the regular page? Look how they got black people here in the corner. But every time you go to a rally, it's a bunch of white people. Y'all getting played, yo. You're getting played. Programs. Where's the money though? Nobody shows about where's the money, what we believe. 6 years strong. Ooh, our co-founders. Oh, Patrice Kahn, Alicia Garza, Opal. Are there any men up here? There are 3 women. There's no black male leadership nowhere. So these are the co-founders, but is there anybody else around? Wow, this is a funny one right here. Ooh-wee. Ain't that something else? Anyway, let's get back over here. I'm gonna let that go. Where's the budget? What are the actual economic benefits of Black Lives Matter for black folks? Are they buying any judges? Where are the judges at? Where are the judges at? The mafia buys off people. When y'all gonna buy somebody? Where? Where are y'all doing with all this money? What are the economic benefits for me if I support Black Lives Matter? I'm curious. Why doesn't Black Lives Matter work with the Nation of Islam? Asking for a white friend. That would be an interesting conversation. Why don't they? Have you ever thought about that? It's not in the budget. You can't work with the Nation of Islam because it's not in the budget. That's a funny thing. LaDonna said, click the donate button. They have a financial agent. Act Blue. I don't even want to show people how to donate. As you can tell, I'm not a friend of Black Lives Matter. I'm not a friend or a fan. Where's the local Black Lives Matter Economic Development Center for Black folks? Huh? Where is the local Black Lives Matter Economic Development Center for black folks? Ooh. And of course, my man Steve Coakley.
The New York Times then benevolently puts the big white hand coming out of the sky, big white hand with little bitty black hands trying to reach up for salvation. Now, you think I'm going to sit back and bite my tongue and take it easy on rich white people when whites can openly advocate the recolonizing of my homeland? No, the time is near. Some people are scared of white people. Some people have never lived their life like they believe that if they did the right thing would happen to them. This is where the spiritual context has to come into the fighting of the wizard. Dorothy, Toto, the Tin Man, the Scarecrow, and them, the Lion, they didn't whip the Wizard of Oz because they overpowered him. But they put the right water on the Wicked Witch of the West. Who is she? She's America. There was a fight between white boys and America won. The baddest white country on the planet is right here. Man, am I so glad to be in the birthplace of the baddest white country in the world, because when we went, the New York Times...
Oh, get him, Steve. Da 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 da. Melody asked me. Melody just asked. That's Steve Coakley. Just go YouTube him. I could be here. I could do 10 hours with Steve Coakley. He was one of my teachers, long time ago. Just a bad boy. Melody said, why not join them and propose it? That's like joining the Ku Klux Klan and asking and proposing to them that they take their mask off and let me see their membership and that they start playing fair. That's not good strategy. I already see what they are about. I trust what they have shown me in 6 years. You can know me for 30 minutes or 30 days and know what I'm about. You think I ain't looked at them for 6 years and see what they about? They constantly losing cases. They say it looks like they came out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? And all of a sudden, all this money just swarmed behind them, and now they have all this white support. If you go look at Steve Coakley, you'll know exactly why there's no way in the world. I don't need to join them. I have already joined a team of people who meditate, have altars, do magic, and about getting money. That's the team I'm with. I'm not with the team that's even out here. I don't even know nobody that's related to nobody that's ever got killed by a police. You feel what I'm saying? John Fontaine said, why would you protest to a George Soros funded political organization that was created for the sole purpose to deceive people? People, you need to know what you are a part of. This is good right here. This is not about BLM. I wish it was about eliminating racism or police brutality. It might be sold to you as a good thing by the globalists that own the newspapers, social media, and TV stations. Ever wonder why TV is called TV? Is tell a vision, and the programs that will tell your vision and return program. And in return program you. Thanks, John Fontaine. Katie says, good evening, sir. The Democratic Party was founded in 1828 and funded predominantly by white Southern slave owners. The Democrats have been taking advantage of placing labels on things since the naming of their slaves. Black Lives Matter literally has a bunch of white Democrats on their knees apologizing for the white privilege. 1828, revenge has been served. I'm sorry, Katie, with the good hair. My question is, where's the money? I don't want no apology. I want to know, how does Black Lives Matter, a white movement? So, because you came on late, Katie. Katie, you came on late. John, you came on late. Let me be very clear. My position is that Black Lives Matters is a white funded movement for white privileged people. It's not for the upliftment of blacks, the betterment, the appreciation, or anything. And I got one more video I want all of y'all to watch. I'm so happy that y'all shared this too. Thank y'all so much, because I got some more heat coming. Y'all ready for some more heat? Let me get some more heat. I got one more. Oh yes. This sister right here. How many of y'all have seen this video with this sister with the red hair right here? Have y'all seen this already? She gets the full screen. Listen to what she says now, and then I'm going to have some commentary. I might stop it. This is a good 6 minutes.
I've been seeing a lot of things talking of the people making commentary. Interestingly enough, the ones I've noticed that have been making the commentary are wealthy black people making the commentary about we should not be rioting, we should not be looting, we should not be tearing up our own communities. And then there's been an argument of the other side of we should be hitting them in the pocket. We should be focusing on the blackout days where we don't spend money. But, you know, I feel like we should do both. And I feel like I support both. And I'll tell you why I support both. I support both because when you have a civil unrest like this, there are three types of people in the streets. There are the protesters, there are the rioters, and there are the looters. The protesters are there because they actually care about what is happening in the community. They want to raise their voices, and they are there strictly to protest. You have the rioters who are angry, who are anarchists, who really just want to fuck shit up, and that's what they're going to do regardless. And then you have the looters. And the looters almost exclusively are just there to do that, to loot. Now, people are like, well, what did you gain? Well, what did you get from looting? I think that as long as we're focusing on the what, we're not focusing on the why, and that's my issue with that. As long as we're focusing on what they're doing, we're not focusing on why they're doing. And some people are like, well, those aren't people who are legitimately angry about what's happening. Those are people who just want to get stuff. Okay, well then, let's go with that. Let's say that's what it is. Let's ask ourselves why in this country in 2020, the financial gap between poor blacks and the rest of the world is at such a distance that people feel like their only hope and only opportunity to get some of the things that we flaunt and flash in front of them all the time is to walk through a broken glass window and get it.
So right here at this point is where she goes in and explains like why Black Lives Matter will never work. Because Black Lives Matter will never, ever address this. They will never, ever, ever address what she's addressing right now. They've never addressed the disparity in the wealth gap between blacks and white. And she's about to talk about the elephant in the room. Please pay attention from here on.
So hopeless that getting that necklace, getting that TV, getting that change, getting that bed, getting that phone, whatever it is that they're going to get, is that in that moment when the riots happen and if they present an opportunity of looting, that's their only opportunity to get it. We need to be questioning that why. Why are people that poor? Why are people that broke? Why are people that food insecure, that clothing insecure, that they feel like their only shot, that they are shooting their shot by walking through a broken glass window to get what they need. And then people want to talk about, well, there's plenty of people who pulled themselves up by their bootstraps and got it on their own. Why can't they do that? Let me explain to you something about economics in America. And I'm so glad that as a child, I got an opportunity to spend time at Push, where they taught me this. We must never forget that economics was the reason that black people were brought to this country. We came to do the agricultural work in the South and the textile work in the North. Do you understand that? That's what we came to do. We came to do the agricultural work in the South and the textile work in the North. Now, if I right now decided that I wanted to play Monopoly with you, and for 400 rounds of playing Monopoly, I didn't allow you to have any money, I didn't allow you to have anything on the board, I didn't allow for you to have anything. And then we played another 50 rounds of Monopoly, and everything that you gained and you earned while you were playing that round of Monopoly was taken from you. That was Tulsa, that was Rosewood. Those are places where we built black economic wealth, where we were self-sufficient, where we owned our stores, where we owned our property, and they burned them to the ground.
Oh, she getting ready to go ham right here for a second. They burned them to the ground, right? So every time we had economics, it was burned to the ground. And now nobody, Black Lives Matter never talks about the economics. They just, oh, stop killing. Stop killing.
450 years. So for 400 rounds of Monopoly, you don't get to play at all. Not only do you not get to play, you have to play on the behalf of the person that you're playing against. You have to play and make money and earn wealth for them, and then you have to turn it over to them. So then for 50 years, you finally get a little bit and you're allowed to play. And every time that they don't like the way that you're playing, or that you're catching up, or that you're doing something to be self-sufficient, they burn your game. They burn your cards. They burn your Monopoly money. And then finally at the release and the onset of that, they allow you to play and they say, okay, now you catch up. Now at this point, the only way you're going to catch up in the game is if the person shares the wealth, correct? But what if every time you share the wealth, then there's psychological warfare against you to say, oh, you're an equal opportunity hire.
Psychological warfare. Woo!
If I played 400 rounds of Monopoly with you and I had to play and give you every dime that I made, and then for 50 years, every time that I played, and you didn't like what I did, you got to burn it like they did in Tulsa and like they did in Rosewood, how can you win? How can you win? You can't win. The game is fixed. So when they say, why do you burn down the community? Why do you burn down your own neighborhood? It's not ours. We don't own anything. We don't own anything. Trevor Noah said it so beautifully last night. There's a social contract that we all have. That if you steal or if I steal, then the person who is the authority comes in and they fix the situation. But the person who fixes the situation is killing us. So the social contract is broken. And if the social contract is broken, why the fuck do I give a shit about burning the fucking Football Hall of Fame, about burning a fucking Target? You broke the contract when you killed us in the streets and didn't give a fuck. You broke contract when for 400 years we played your game and built your wealth. You broke the contract when we built our wealth again on our own, by our bootstraps in Tulsa, and you dropped bombs on us. when we built it in Rosewood and you came in and you slaughtered us. You broke the contract, so fuck your Target. Fuck your Hall of Fame. As far as I'm concerned, they could burn this bitch to the ground. And it still wouldn't be enough. And they are lucky that what black people are looking for is equality and not revenge.
And she had to go get a hug. Yeah, I'm salty. Yeah, I'm and look at the white people saying, oh, that was so, oh. I should play that twice. Yeah. Yeah. So don't at me about what I'm saying about joining something. Her name was Kimberly Jones, I think. Her name was Kimberly Jones. Oh, this definitely getting ready to get posted on my Facebook page. You're definitely gonna see some more of this right here. But I wanted to give it to you live in context so I could talk about it. The contract is always being broken. So now they got you in some kind of mind. It's another psychological. Black Lives Matter is a form of psychological warfare to put you back to sleep. This warfare is just like nice and quiet. This is another revolution. Another revolution that the white man has won every revolution that he's set out to so far since black people been over here dealing with him in the manner of him being in control. That's that. You ain't got to deal with him like that. There's other ways you could deal with it. But before you can start dealing with it in a magical or spiritual or financial way, you have to understand what game is being played. So when you participate, and you, every one of you, if you haven't been to a march, every time you see Black Lives Matter on TV and you keep watching it or keep sharing it, or you send me something in my inbox saying, let's make this go viral before it goes down. Do you know where that originated at? Do you know where that originated at? Because they could have, like, I put up sensitive material where they like immediately like, oh, this is too sensitive. And all of a sudden they let it get 8 million views. You think Facebook is like on your squad, like allowing that? Cut it out. Cut it out. Yes, it did something to me too. I definitely feel like playing. I mean, just even the last part. Just even the last part when she was just like, let's just give her another shot. I speak, sister.
Where we were self-sufficient, where we owned our stores, where we owned our property, and they burned them to the ground. So that's 450 years. So for 400 rounds of Monopoly, you don't get to play at all. Not only do you not get to play, you have to play on the behalf of the person that you're playing against. You have to play and make money and earn wealth for them, and then you have to turn it over to them. So then for 50 years, you finally get a little bit and you're allowed to play. And every time that they don't like the way that you're playing, or that you're catching up, or that you're doing something to be self-sufficient, they burn your game. They burn your cards. They burn your Monopoly money. And then finally at the release and the onset of that, they allow you to play and they say, okay, now you catch up. Now at this point, the only way you're going to catch up in the game is if the person shares the wealth, correct? But what if every time you share the wealth, then there's psychological warfare against you to say, oh, you're an equal opportunity hire. So if I played 400 rounds of Monopoly with you and I had to play and give you every dime that I made, and then for 50 years, every time that I played, and you didn't like what I did, you got to burn it like they did in Tulsa and like they did in Rosewood, how can you win? How can you win? You can't win. The game is fixed. So when they say, why do you burn down the community? Why do you burn down your own neighborhood? It's not ours. We don't own anything. We don't own anything. There is, Trevor Noah said it so.
This is the part right here. This part right here. Why do black people want you to think that it's your community? It's not your community. It's low rent. It's where a lot of black people stay at. It's where a lot of nigga shit go on. But it's not ours. It's not ours. It's not ours. It's where we stay, but we don't own it. We're not burning down our stuff because we don't own nothing. 87% of all of this stuff is somebody else's Instagram. I'm going to be right back. Y'all have to come straight back.